The following is a presentation of the Fairfax Network.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. Hello, welcome to World Tour Language Series and welcome to program number 17, Spanish program number 17 of our series. My name is Mrs. Ada. Me llamo Doña Ada. And I'd like to welcome you to our objectives of the day. We are going to continue with Costa Rica, the country that we've been visiting, more about Costa Rica. We're going to review colors and clothing that we have already learned during previous lessons. We're going to talk about the phrase yo llevo, and we have some more secrets to success that we started yesterday and we will continue today. So in order to continue with Costa Rica, I want to talk to you very briefly about what we're about to see. You remember yesterday we talked about Costa Rica, the country, and we talked about its national parks. We said that the climate is so diverse and their temperatures are also so different that they enjoy a wonderful space of national parks. That's what I wanted to say. And I also wanted to tell you that they also have volcanoes, and there are two volcanoes that have been very well known in Costa Rica. One is Poás and another is Irazu, and they have erupted on and off for 3 years over San Jose, the capital. So now that I have given you a little bit of the volcanoes, I want you to sit back and watch this clip of our video.
The craters, the Earth's giant chimneys, surprise us and inspire us to meditate on nature's mysterious forces. This is the possibility of witnessing volcanic activity from close by. Earth's thunder, steam clouds that rise violently, spewing rocks, boiling clay, and water that come from the deepest bowels of the earth. One of the greatest attractions in Costa Rica's national parks. Rustic summits, whipped day and night by the wind. Ceiling of the tropical Costa Rican universe. Ceiling of the tropical Costa Rican universe. The extreme northern tip of the Andes mountain range. This is the subalpine cold, rainy region. It rose from the ocean floor 15 million years ago in the Talamanca Mountains. Permanent mist, cold, and hail. Due to the extreme weather conditions, there are no trees. It's a land of shrubs and other flora and fauna adapted to high altitudes. Below, at 3,300 meters above sea level, the oak forests stopped. Here in the frost, the ice and lakes of glacial origin. Amazing panorama. overwhelming experience of creation's imposing forces. Because no man-made temple can ever achieve the same majesty, mystery, and beauty of the natural cathedrals of Costa Rica's national parks.
Well, my students, mis estudiantes, I hope that you have enjoyed beautiful views of this Costa Rican video. I want to also talk to you about something that is very Costa Rican. Do you recall when we went through the map of Costa Rica, the provinces and the city, and I talked about Alajuela? Well, Alajuela is very well known for its ox carts. These are means of transportation that at some point people use in this difficult terrain of Costa Rica, which sometimes is wet, sometimes is sandy, sometimes is very dry. It is said that in Costa Rica, when Christopher Columbus arrived, there was not a single wheel in the New World, and these were the first ones that he had seen. It started as a means of transportation, and it became a work of art, as you can see here. This is also Costa Rican ox cart, well known for adding devices to make it noisy in their wheels, and it is said that the wives would know when their husbands were coming from the fields by just listening to the noise of the wheels. Now that we have introduced another glimpse of Costa Rica, I'd like to go into our lesson, and I would like you to turn to page 48 and through 49, because we have activities there that you can color and name colors, because we're going to review, like we said in the objectives, colors and clothing. And we're going to start asking the question, ¿de qué color es? ¿De qué color es? Or ¿de qué color es? ¿De qué color es? And that means, what color is it? Now, keep in mind this question as we go along with our review. We're going to start with the color pardo. Now, do you recall what pardo means? Muy bien, mis estudiantes. Pardo means brown. Remember, there are other two words that I added, and you can find them in the pages of your workbook. That is café, coffee color, or marrón. Marrón is also brown. Those three words means brown. Let's go to the next one. Can you guess? Very good. It's blanco, white. Blanco, blanco. Let's go to the next one and see. Now, this is a new word that I did not talk about when I was doing the colors. Negro, but this is also in the workbook. Negro. What does negro mean? Black, correctly. Negro. Now, negro also changes, just like blanco does, into feminine, adding the A. Taking the O out and adding the A, just like blanco and other colors. Let's go to the next one. Morado. That is purple. And it can also, in Spanish, remember I said púrpura, which is close to the word purple. Morado or púrpura. And let's go to this one. Rojo. Rojo. That means red, and it's also one of those that changes from masculine to feminine by taking the O out and adding that A. Roja, rojo. Remember that R is quite strong when it begins in the letter rojo. It's like double R. Rojo, roja. Good. Let's go to the next one and see what we have. We have azul. Azul. And what does azul is? Blue. I've got the feeling that this word probably comes from the Moorish words. Azul, or azul, like they say in Spain. Azul or azul. And that's blue. Now, that word does not change whether it's masculine or feminine. It stays the same. An object is azul whether it's feminine or masculine. Let's go to another one that does not change. What color is that? Guess? Very good guess. Muy bien. Verde means green. Verde, green. And verde does not change whether it's masculine or feminine. And remember I said sometimes when we speak very fast in Spanish, you hardly hear that R. Verde, You can even mistake it by an L, verde, but it's verde, verde. Anaranjado is the next one. It's a long one. Anaranjado. See that J? I just breathed through it. Anaranjado. Say it with me. And what does that word comes from, that fruit? Naranja. That's orange. Very good. Anaranjado comes from naranja, orange. And also it changes when you want to say it in feminine. Let's see another one that changes, and it's, which one is this? You must be quite familiar with this word in English, which is pronounced differently. Amarillo. Amarillo. It's yellow, and that double L is like the Y in yellow, amarillo. Now, students, you may hear people saying amarillo, and that's perfectly all right. I have said it again and again, that Y's and double L's in different places, and different people pronounce it strong or light, like I do. Amarillo or amarillo. Let's go to the next one. This one does not change. Again, it stays masculine or feminine just as it is. Gris. Gris. And what does gris is? Gray. Gris. That R between the G and the I is really tricky. Gris. Gris. Gray. Now let's go to another one. What this one? What is this? Rosado. Rosado. That's pink. Rosado or rosada. Now, hear how I'm saying not so strong. Rosado, rosada. Actually, it's like a double R sound again. Rosado, rosada. As long as that R is being heard, it's fine. Rosado, rosada. It's just like rojo, roja. Now, I have gone through these colors because I want you to practice only a few pictures I have, not too many. Let's see, I'm going to name the picture first, and then once you know the name, you will tell me the color. And I'm going to ask you, ¿de qué color es? And the name of the picture. So let's see the first word of this picture that I'm going to show you. El sol. Now, who knows what el sol is? Muy bien, el sol means the sun, and there is my beautiful sun. And I hope you can appreciate the color, because I'm going to ask you, ¿de qué color es el sol? ¿De qué color es el sol? And I hope you can answer me in a complete sentence by saying, el sol es de color amarillo. El sol es de color amarillo. Now, you can also just, don't have to omit the de color and say, el sol es amarillo. El sol es amarillo. Now, let's go to the next word. See what we have here? How do you pronounce that? Estupendo, mis estudiantes. Vamos. La nube. La nube. La nube. And what does la nube is? Let's see what it is. It is the cloud. The cloud. La nube. Now, ¿de qué color es la nube? ¿De qué color es la nube? And you should answer me complete sentence. You can do it because you know your verb es ser. So you say, la nube es de color blanco. Or omit de color, and then don't forget, it's la, it's feminine, so just add that feminine word, feminine adjective in the color. So you say, la nube es blanca. Now it ends in A, blanca, because it's la nube, it's feminine. So, la nube es blanca. Now, if you want to be tricky, just use the word de color, and it stays blanco. La nube es de color blanco, because the word color is masculine. Now, can you follow me? If you can't, please write and call me at those phone numbers, at that phone number that you have, 800 number, and we can talk about it. Let's see the next one and see what we have here. We have la flor, another feminine. And can you guess? Exactly, muy bien. The flower. And the flower is, ¿de qué color es la flor? ¿De qué color es la flor? Now tell me. Complete sentence now. Muy bien, muy bien. La flor es de color rojo. See, it's day masculine because I use color. Can you follow me? Now, if I were to take de color out, that little two words, and I just want to say the flower is red, instead of the flower's color is red, we will say la flor es, and what happens now? You have to put it in feminine. Roja. La flor es roja, because it has to agree with the noun flor. La flor es roja. And I have a last one that I want to play with you and see what we have here. We have la yerba. La yerba. Sometimes people say la yerba. That's perfectly all right. Don't be confused. Don't confuse yourselves with this. La yerba, and la yerba is the grass. There it is. And I hope that you can see the color in your screen. Normally, hopefully, that your grass is green. So I'm going to say, ¿de qué color es la yerba? ¿De qué color es la yerba, mis estudiantes? And you're going to say, Doña Ada, la yerba es de color verde. Now, just omit that de color. And remember, this is one of those easy ones that does not change masculine or feminine. So you say, la yerba es verde. La yerba es verde. And you can repeat it with me. La yerba es verde. There you have it, my students. We have practiced colors, and we have also learned a couple of new words in our vocabulary, which are el sol, la nube, la flor, y la yerba. Now, let's start with a verb that we make phrases with, and I wrote it in the objectives as yo llevo, and we have it here. Llevar can mean two things. It can mean to wear clothing, to wear something, or to bring, when I bring flowers, llevar, to wear or to bring. Now, today, in this case, we're going to use the verb llevar, yo llevo, or llevo, as meaning to wear, because we are practicing clothing again. So let's see, llevo. Now, remember that it's the first person in our conjugation, singular, I, yo. So I don't have to write yo before llevo, as you see, because we are using the correct verb form. So we say llevo, and after we say llevo, let's talk about clothing. And these are on page 38, 39, and pictures 40 as well. So let's go to the first one. Un traje de baño. Now, guess what is that? Guess with me. Un traje de baño. Now, let's use the word llevo, and this is a bathing suit. You're correct. Muy bien. Llevo un traje de baño. So it means I wear a bathing suit. Llevo un traje de baño. Let's see the next one and see if you can remember that those clothing words that we learned. Un impermeable. This is a given. It's almost like French. Impermeable. So, un impermeable. It's a raincoat. Now, I have some trouble remembering because we don't use it in Puerto Rico, as you know. So, un impermeable. Now, let's use the whole sentence with that phrase that we introduced just a little while ago. Llevo un impermeable. And that is a complete sentence. You imagine you're just using sentences now. Llevo un impermeable. And if you write it as a sentence, it has a period at the end, right? Like any sentence. Llevo un impermeable. Let's go to the next one and see. Un paraguas. That's an umbrella. Un paraguas. Now remember, if you dissect this word, you see in between that word there are some letters. Agua. What does that tell you, right? That it's raining and you need umbrella. So it makes a little sense to use un paraguas. Now, I also mentioned not long ago that un paraguas, which is an umbrella, has another word in other countries, sombrilla. Sombrilla. And we did that a couple of lessons ago. So how would you say I have, or I bring, I carry an umbrella? Llevo un paraguas. Llevo un paraguas. Perfect Spanish. Perfect sentence. Let's try the next one. Un abrigo. How would you say that? Llevo un abrigo. Fantastico. Now remember that period at the end is a complete sentence. And what does abrigo mean? Ooh, it's cold, right? A coat. Un abrigo. Abrigar means to keep warm in Spanish, so that's what word comes from. Now this is an easy one, I hope. Los blue jeans. What we did is adopt your English word and adopt it into the Spanish. Los blue jeans. We also can say pantalones de vaqueros or los vaqueros, but normally as a everyday thing we say los blue jeans. We add that los and that makes it Spanish. So how would you say I wear blue jeans? The blue jeans. So we say llevo los blue jeans. Llevo los blue jeans. And we make it pure Spanish with that period at the end because it's a sentence. Let's see another one. Una camiseta. Now, we don't have los here, or la or el, and we're saying una camiseta. And it agrees the article with the name. What is this noun? What does this mean? Very good. It's not a shirt, but it's a T-shirt. So how do I say I wear? Llevo una camiseta. And see, it's feminine in both article and noun. And then how do we say un vestido? In a complete sentence, I wear un vestido. Llevo un vestido. See, vestido, it's O, ends in O, and un is masculine. So, llevo un vestido. How about the next one that is not masculine but feminine? Una falda. Llevo una falda. Llevo una falda. And let's see the next one. Una blusa. Llevo, I'm sorry, it's not blusa. Una bolsa. Bolsa. And what does bolsa mean? It is a handbag or a purse. Llevo una bolsa for us ladies to bring. Llevo una bolsa. And let's see the next one that we have. That is plural one, but it doesn't matter. Llevo stays the same because it's a verb. Llevo las sandalias. Llevo las sandalias, the sandals. And llevo un cinturón. Llevo un cinturón. Now, don't forget you can say llevo un cinturón. Both pronunciations are correct. And a belt. That's what I mean. I wear a belt. Llevo los calcetines. Llevo los calcetines or calcetines. Remember, we said that there's another word for calcetines is medias. Don't forget. And this is socks, no? The llevo los calcetines. The next one, you know this one. Llevo un sombrero. Llevo un sombrero. I wear a hat. And llevo un suéter. Remember that word? Suéter. Llevo un suéter. I would like to tell you that we would like to practice a little more, and I'm going to try to cover as much as possible of our practice in the few minutes that we have left. We talked about I, llevo. Let's talk about she and he. Ella lleva and él lleva. She wears and he wears. So let's see this one here, and we say, at least let's see this picture of Rosa. And Rosa is a she, and she's wearing a sombrero. So you say, ella lleva un sombrero. How about the next item? Ella lleva un abrigo. Ella lleva un vestido. Ella lleva una bolsa. And down towards the shoes, what is she wearing? Ella lleva unos calcetines. Unos calcetines. And see if we can see the next one very quickly. Ricardo. ¿Qué lleva Ricardo? Ricardo, él lleva una camiseta. Él lleva unos blue jeans. Y él lleva unos zapatos. Unos zapatos. So my students, you can see, we can practice these and go to your friends and tell them what are they wearing. You have already gone through all the clothing words, all the color words, and we have learned pronouns as well. So use all those things, and you'll be surprised how much sentences you can come up with, and you are just speaking Spanish. We are going to continue tomorrow doing colors, if we have time, a little bit more of this practice, and then we're going to talk about a new country tomorrow, Peru. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Adiós, hasta mañana.